Reserve seats are on sale now. Buy tickets at livenation.com or charge by phone at 800-745-3000. Kiss and Motley Crue. Buy tickets at livenation.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
And somehow or another, right about this time of Sunday afternoon, I find a great reason to smile. Why? Welcome to your home for wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a hell of a lot more. This is Beyond Ringside. Yours truly, Fast Eddie Layne, behind the control panel in the Full Range Entertainment Studios in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. Welcoming in tag team partners Mark MaBo Bowman.
You know what? I would like to try to get the Iron Sheik on one time just to watch Eddie's head explode from all the expletives that Sheiky would say.
Welcoming in tag team partner, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis.
So you all know now one thing is true. For all the fans out there, for GCW, for AWA Montford, you all now know what only the sophisticated know, that the Lion cares not and concerns himself or herself not with the opinions of the sheeple.
It's been a great week. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at Beyond Ringside. Follow us individually on Twitter as well, at Fast Eddie Layne, Layne, at MA_BO, and at Wicked Nemesis. Raw 1000 in the books. And I can't think of a better way to have let it off. And actually, I called in advance two of the things, and I was so happy I was right. One, the full reformation of DX. You knew with BG being on the payroll as an agent that it wouldn't be that hard to bring in Kip and bring in Sean. Keeping a live microphone out of Sean's hands, however, would be a challenge all into itself. I was really glad to see the reformation of DX. I knew there was no chance in hell that China was going to be there. That's just my personal thought. Kind of sad the way the overall situation has turned out, because I would have liked to have seen her a part of it, since she was an integral part of it. But by the same token, considering everything that's been going on in the last year, I can really see why. MaBo, your thoughts? DX, Raw 1000.
Well, I mean, you know, saying that you called it, you saw it coming, like saying, you know, the sun's going to come up the next morning. Whoop-de-doo, everybody knew they were going to be back. It wasn't just going to be a Shawn Triple H shtick, because that's been done time in and time out. And of course, there's no way Vince was going to bring in China because of what her addiction that's currently going on. The fact that she's been in adult movies, one that was even recently released within the past 2 months. Plus, do you really think that they're going to bring in Triple H's ex? I don't think so. I did think it was the opening though was very good. It was funny. It was reminiscent of both the later Shawn and Triple H pairing of DX, along with the old Attitude Era DX, as far as that night after WrestleMania. So I thought it was really good as far as the DX aspect goes. And of course the callback to the when Stephanie walked in on Triple H behind Trish Stratus,
yeah,
from years ago. The roles were kind of reversed, and you know, I think Road Dogg played that off very well and all that, but I didn't quite get the creepy X-Pac Trish Stratus interaction afterwards, which is kind of weird. And I mean, is it because that maybe X-Pac was into butthole play after we saw One Night in China? I don't know. So.
Wicked Nemesis, your thoughts?
The main aspect and the greatest part of the beginning of Raw was Damien Sandow being out there. I will make this suggestion to Damien Sandow in case he's ever listening to this. Watch your feet before you get in the ring. Other than that, great stuff. I like the fact that he was used in that spot. He said they could eviscerate him. by each other, which was good. I didn't like Damon Test. I didn't like the fact that Shawn Michaels and Triple H hit their finishers. I like maybe the X Factor or something like that. We've seen the super kick, and then the fact that Shawn Michaels set up the super kick, and then right last second, let's move it around. But it is what it is. Big pop for Lita coming out. Brock Lesnar. I love the fact that Stephanie ran down. Don't talk about my kids. Don't talk about my kids with Paulie, and then she instantly starts attacking Paulie's kids. So kudos to that. And then, of course, what everybody was talking about at the end, the one shining moment of Raw 1000 that everybody and their mom was talking about, Hand all grown up.
Oh my God, Hand! It was so good to see Hand again.
It was great to see Hand.
Hand now legally able to have babies now. So aren't you proud of me, Ma? Good stuff. So big shout out to Hand.
I know. I don't know though. He looked kind of old to be 16.
Yeah, and those glasses made him look even older than that.
Those glasses. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the glasses.
Now I have to.
MaBo, by any chance, MaBo, did you get to see my Something Wicked montage?
No, unfortunately, I haven't been online for the majority of part of the day. I've been stuck playing DC Universe Online.
Well, you have got a. Everybody wanted me to let you know that they love your appearance in the Something Wicked. Your collage, your compilation, if you will, at the end of the Something Wicked montage episode. So you might want to check that out. So people, hey, yeah. Well, you might want to know. So everybody's like, "Hey, I like you." Maybe I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm confused. It's like when people start talking about Ring of Honor around me. I'm like, "What? Corey Hollis was on Ring of Honor? I didn't know this. Mike Posey was on Ring of Honor. I didn't know this." You know how it is.
I have to say this. We're talking about the fun moments from Raw 1000. And for me, and this is something, you made the reference to Hiring the Protection, but you didn't mention them by name. And actually, I brought this up Sunday night before because I didn't know. I didn't read any spoilers. I didn't know who was and who wasn't going to be making appearances. And for me, the minute that Lita said, "I have hired protection," I'm sitting back going, yes, somebody upstairs likes me. Here comes the music, and don't take this ass whipping personally. John Layfield in the role of Bradshaw, Ron Simmons in the role of Farouk, and here we go. And I'm sorry, to me that was my favorite mark-out moment from the entire show. I mean, yeah, you can be in this industry for any number of years and still mark out for something in this business, have fun with something in this business, and genuinely enjoy something in this business. And even though Bradshaw didn't really look like the Bradshaw walk we've come to know and love when he had the long, dark, stringy hair and the goatee and everything else, but the fact of the matter is, it's still the factor that they were there. And a lot of people have been taught, but for me personally, that was actually my favorite moment of the damn show. That first, DX second, and CM Punk third. Great job in the main event. I wasn't a big fan of the match, but in and of itself, I was really okay with the way he sold the conflict on that. It was really cool to see the way, you knew sooner or later, because Punk makes a great heel. I think he makes just as effective of a heel as he does as a face character. Y'all can agree, y'all can disagree on that, but I think the way that he set that up, the way he carried that out, was beautifully done. I commend creative for putting that together the way they did. MaBo, your thoughts?
I'm sorry, I was watching myself on the Wicked Nemesis montage. What was it? Well, I wasn't even listening, dude.
CM Punk main event.
What about it?
Your thoughts?
He's been in the main event for a while, Eddie. Where have you been?
Never mind. Wicked, go ahead.
I don't even know what the hell we're talking about. We're sitting here talking about Raw.
Yeah, we were. The main event from Raw 1000, the factor of the CM Punk supposed start to the heel turn.
Okay, first of all, a lot of people think that he turned heel. We discussed this on the To Be Determined show. A lot of people think that he turned heel when he attacked The Rock. He turned heel when he left John Cena to Big Show. And who saw WWE putting up as one of the choices the Big Show? Choice C being the Big Show you could choose from to wrestle, or Rock, or whatever it was. Totally blowing the fact that Cena, Punk, just adding Big Show to it, you knew Big Show would have something to do with it. So
Okay. MaBo, you want to take it from there?
And then the first ever failure, of course, not being able to cash it in, John Cena. So
yeah, that's actually, we've talked about that.
Again. The Cena board makes history everywhere he goes. Resistance is futile. Hey, don't be disrespecting the greatest sports entertainer the world has ever seen.
When did he replace Gilbert as that?
Gilbert was the greatest parody ever.
Yeah, but by the same token, you have to classify that. Parody equals entertainment.
He's not a sports entertainer. He was barely a wrestler.
There you go.
That would be like, that would be like calling the Inhuman Fly human.
Yeah, you just don't do that.
No, because he's inhuman. It's in the name.
And I even got a kick out of the green kendo sticks from last night.
Oh, I missed all that. We had to leave before that, but I did get to hang out with my brother from another mother, MaBo, MaBo too, Mudbone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make last night's show, and the reason why I'm so hoarse right now is because Sport Fight X last night at Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium, tremendous time, and I'm looking forward to seeing the playback on GFL.TV, Go Fight Live. My thanks to Adam Gibbs, my thanks to Bruce, my thanks to everybody with Sport Fight X from last night. I had a tremendous time. There was some huge matches last night, some great MMA action. And one of these days I may just get my voice back. I've made the joke that maybe I just need to smoke another pack in the next 5 minutes. I should be okay with that. But if you get a chance to check it out, sportfightx.com. Also check out Go Fight Live. You will find the replay for Sport Fight X from last night. And there was some great amateur action. There was some great advanced amateur action. There is a difference between the two for those who aren't sure. And we had 5 solid pro matches as well. And there were some things coming out of last night's event that are setting up for future days for Sport Fight X. And I just have to say this. I made the reference to the word markout moment. And those who know me know how nervous I was going into last night for the entire week leading up to the show. I mean, I'm naturally a nervous person. Some would say high-strung when I'm getting ready for a show. My friends and family with Global Championship Wrestling know this to be the truth. They see that on a regular basis. I am the human pinball bouncing around all over the place, and a lot of it is nerves. But when you have an opportunity, and I actually said this to Dan Sawyer one time when we were getting ready to do a combined show with another promotion at Boutwell. Being a fan of this industry as well as a worker in this business, when you get a chance to perform and ply your trade, your craft, at a venue that you grew up going to, it's just being able to do that when you actually pull in the parking lot, grab your bags, walk in the door for that first time through, and you walk into the main area and you look around, it's like, I remember all the times I used to come to this place as a kid. And it wasn't just for professional wrestling. I'm during my time in radio, I've had a chance to introduce national touring acts up on the stage at Boutwell, and just you get a chance to relive all those memories, and you realize that you have a chance to make brand new memories right then and right there on that given occasion. So yeah, last night was a definite bucket list item. The first Pro-Am mixed martial arts show in Birmingham, Alabama, at Boutwell Auditorium, since the UFC was there in their early days. And just on a personal note, thank you once again to the front office of Sport Fight X, Adam Gibbs, everybody there. I had a blast last night. Had a couple of miscues. Oh boy, did I. But by the same token, it wouldn't be me if I didn't have a miscue or something of that ilk. That part done, getting back, we're going to come back into it for a second. Going 11 minutes before the top of the hour, you are listening to Beyond Ringside. Fast Eddie Layne, Mark MaBo Bowman, the Wicked Nemesis, on this Sunday night kind of thing. Just kind of free-forming it this afternoon. You never know what's going to happen next around here. You know, taking a look at a number of different things that have occurred throughout the week. Now, I know, Mark, ever since you've had a chance to start keeping track of FCW, through YouTube and the other various video sources, since they've made the move into the new venue, do you feel that the shows have continued to improve, that they stayed on a same solid level? Do you think that things have gone down just a hair? What are your thoughts?
Well, see, here's the thing. FCW and NXT, and FCW being at Full Sail, those are two completely different things. FCW is still the developmental. They still run out of the FCW arena. They still tour as FCW. NXT is filmed out of Full Sail, and that has, because the contract or whatever have you, for the TV spot in Florida, and I guess maybe Lower Alabama, Mississippi, wherever, that has ended. That has ended. And some people thought that they might start showing NXT in its place down in Florida. No, they didn't receive any kind of television programming from WWE last week. So for all intent purposes, to the best of my knowledge, FCW television no longer exists.
Wow.
Yeah. But with that being said, though, the majority of the talent is showing up on NXT, along with, you know, some people you've seen on WWE in the past year or two. But that's, I mean, honestly, they're still so fresh out of FCW. It's like they never, you know, left. Like, you know, the likes of Jinder Mahal, and I mean, even so far as to go with also Antonio Cesaro, and there's a couple others. Like, for some reason, I see him in my head. McGillicuddy. He, you know, they're still fresh in everybody's mind, and it's basically like they took FCW and Superstars and made it a TV show. Now, you know, I know that the tapings that they've done, the first set of tapings were strictly Full Sail University staff and students, and they packed it out. But they opened up the admission to the public, not this past set of tapings, but the tapings before, I believe, and they're still packing it out. I mean, everyone is saying that it's professionally done, that the product is, there was no kind of dip in the transition. I mean, and honestly, when you know, you're able to watch FCW and NXT at the same time, you know, or, you know, within the same week or whatever, there's really, you know, it's not like they missed a step. I mean, they might even, I'm not going to say they gained a step, but, you know, it's definitely since it's a bigger arena, you can see that there's more people there. And they, of course, they don't have the FCW posters or ring apron or whatever because it's supposed to be NXT, but, you know, that's really neither here nor there. They've yet to really start doing any, like, major backstage segments or anything like they would have on FCW. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, but, you know, they just crowned their first ever, and this is literally the first ever NXT champion, not winner, but actual champion. And you knew it had to happen because they started taking belts off of certain FCW champions. Like, I know Raquel Diaz lost her FCW Divas belt. Corey Graves and Jake Carter lost their tag belts. Richie Steamboat lost the Jack 15 medal, and Seth Rollins lost the FCW heavyweight title. So you knew there was going to be some changes going on, especially since they were going to start appearing majority on the show. So, but they did a tournament, which will be airing over the next few weeks. It was a mix of FCW and WWE talent, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it because, you know, I know some people like to be spoiler free, but I mean, this isn't going to stop me because I know who ended up in the finals, and let's just say that I think, you know, that since this is a McMahon-free production for the most part, like Vince's fingerprints are not on this at all. This is all Triple H. I think Triple H and Steve Kern and the Dusty Rhodes and, you know, whoever else is part of the little front office of FCW, they made the right decision of who to put the belt on. If you want to know, I encourage you to go look it up. So, but ironically enough, and this kind of ties in to the whole thing, one person that has been asked, and by the way, having William Regal on commentary on NXT shows why William Regal, and we'll go back to this because we didn't discuss this about Raw, why William Regal, if not being the general manager for Raw, should at least be the general manager for SmackDown. The man's a freaking genius. The man's a freaking genius. But one person who has yet to appear on NXT, which I find it very odd, but he was in FCW, and he's also been showing up in house show programs, that you can buy that are exclusive, just for the house shows.
Right.
Is Dean Ambrose, the former John Moxley.
Right.
But he was a huge staple in FCW the past year or two. He has yet to show up on NXT. So, but he's not gone. Don't take me as saying this as he's gone. It's just, if they're not putting him on NXT, you don't really hear about him, working FCW house shows or whatever they're having now. He's got to show up soon. So, who knows? Maybe part of the NWO led by CM Punk that Kevin Nash wants to happen so bad.
God.
Oh, that would be awesome. We'll just have, let's see who we got. Just go ahead and take CM Punk as the leader. We'll just take all the independent wrestling guys that people know of that FCW has signed. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and we'll take CM Punk as the leader. We'll bring in Tyler Black or Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Corey Graves. And it'll be the NWO, because that's what Kevin Nash wants. He wants a CM Punk-led NWO, whether that's sarcastic that he's been posting that, or, I don't think it's sarcastic, but I think he's just having fun with it, trying to get people to talking.
And I think it's a good basis point for conversation. I don't really like the utilization of the letters NWO. Before I get into that, I'll ask Wicked Nemesis, have you had a chance to keep track of FCW recently?
Yeah, just a little bit, but I always defer to MaBo on that because MaBo is my go-between on that.
Well, I was just going to say, unfortunately, I would have gotten you guys the latest NXT, but I woke up Thursday morning, looked it up, because like I said, to the best of my knowledge, there's no more FCW television. They had the person I follow on YouTube had posted the NXT programming from the night before. Watched all 3 parts. Got ready to send it to you, Eddie, so you could pass it on to Wicked. And literally, the WWE had already pulled the first part of the episode due to it's something that they wanted to keep secret or something. I don't know.
Well,
why are they even doing this? Why have they released a statement as why they've pulled the TV, and why is it because everybody on the internet was saying that FCW was surpassing SmackDown and Raw in terms of wrestling? That's the only thing I can think of. I haven't heard anything bad about it. William Regal, and I can never remember the other guy. We've said his name 3 or 4 times on the show, I know.
Yeah.
That does announcement. Great. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He is just enough to where he can call out a move and and kind of tell a story and be able to, I don't know. To me, he's better than Cole where Cole is. And whether Cole has decided that he's going to stop advancing and progressing in his character or whatever, but he's good. Him and William Regal together are awesome. And what about Antonio Cesaro having a great showing also? There's been guys that have spontaneously showed up here and there that have been doing very good stuff. And was it Oksana? Is she with Antonio?
Yeah, she's with Antonio.
Good. That's a heck of a connection. 2 people that you can barely understand who have the most broken English. And Antonio being out there, man. When was the last time you saw a standing hammerlock applied in a WWE ring? I saw Antonio do it Friday night. So.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I really don't know. I know that NXT is available in other countries. Why it's not allowed in the United States, I don't know.
Is it like an explosion? Is that what it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to be like an explosion where you only get it overseas? No?
No.
No,
the point was just for some reason when they ended that 1.5 long, season of NXT that made no sense, and when that had nobody in it that started it. When it finished, they literally were just like, "We're not going to show anymore." I can't tell you why. I don't know if it's they don't want people knowing, who might be debuting next on Raw or SmackDown. I don't know.
Tell you what, let's go ahead and take it to the top of the hour, folks. We're going to be back in 5 right here on Beyond Ringside. Stay tuned.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck for Dave 2037 so he can buy anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman. What are you getting Steve 2037?
Steve 2037 will be just fine.
Well, okay, but don't expect to borrow my anti-gravity boots.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
This is Awesome Austin Creed, the smartest man in this industry called pro wrestling, the valedictorian of this business. You are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
While cutting molding with a 12-inch dual compound miter saw, while holding a newborn baby in your arms, when face-to-face with a congregation of alligators, with the ball in your hands and the entire freaking season on the line.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting, so why would you do it while driving? NASCAR driver Casey Kane here, asking you to please stop the text, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Get the message at stoptextstopwrecks.org.
This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Hey, what's up? Holla at ya, boy. XOXOXO. You getting these texts? Question mark. Where are you? What are you doing? OMG, you are making me mad. You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time, Beyond Ringside.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park, getting frisky in the dark. I gave your eye a poke. Think the dog is in the bed too. I smell smoke. You and me, we never give up. You and me, we never ever ever give up. Then getting caught. So many things can go wrong, but we still can get it right. You and me, we're not gonna give up tonight.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices and put the bogus myths to bed at bedsider.org.
Boy, we got options tonight.
Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. bedsider.org.
I'm Paul Ellering, and you're locked into Beyond the Ringside.
Let me try.
Okay, just remember what I showed you.
Yep, there was a bunny who had one big ear and another big ear. They looped-a-looped, made a bow, and the bunny hopped away. I did it!
Oh, good job, kiddo. Now let's tie your other shoe.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Listen up, this is the NWA North American Heavyweight Champion, the Temptation Sean Tempers, and right now, you are locked in with Beyond Ringside.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey, but people in this town call me Maniac. They call me that because I'm the fastest runner in town. But Just because everyone knows who I am doesn't mean I belong. I don't really belong anywhere. You see, I'm an orphan, and I wander the streets just looking for a place that I can truly call home. My name is Maniac McGee, and I'm all alone. Explore new worlds. Read my story in the novel Maniac McGee by Jerry Spinelli. For other great book ideas, visit your local library or log on to literacy.gov. Brought to you by the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
This is Ben Masters locking it down with Beyond Ringside. Don't miss it. Be there.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I don't know how to talk like a parent. Don't make me come back there. You see what I mean? It's pretty awful. Try it again. Don't make me come back there. Now that's pretty good. That one kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is GCW's senior official Bernie Kowanowitz, and you are locked into Beyond Ringside.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
This is Bad Brad Armstrong, part of the famous Armstrong family of professional wrestling, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Oh, thank you.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
This is Dale the Demon Torborg, and you're locked in to Beyond.
Welcome to the original rock and wrestling radio show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Layne.
And welcome in at the top of the hour. Thank you, Mike Rooney, for the introduction. Always a pleasure to hear the dulcet tones of the cheesiest announcer in the business. Welcome back in just after the top of the hour. Fast Eddie Layne welcoming back in Mark MaBo Bowman.
All right, Eddie, are we ready for the obligatory MaBo anal reference of the day?
Yes, we are.
Okay, hit me with the dulcet tones, Mike Macaroni. Hit me with that line again, ready?
What do you mean? Oh, welcoming. Thank you, Mike Macaroni. Always a pleasure to hear the dulcet tones.
Yeah, go ahead, hit that line again.
Okay, always a pleasure to hear from the cheesiest announcer in the business.
Put some dadgum heart into it, boy. Come on.
Who, me?
We just came back in. Let's go.
I'm tired. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, well, you're also short and you dress funny. Come on.
And your point is? I'll bring back the vest. I'll bring back in the vest and the cowboy hat. I don't give a damn. Let's see. And welcome back in just after the top of the hour. Thank you, Mike Macaroni. Always great to hear from the cheesiest announcer in the business.
You forgot the dulcet tones.
You just say it, damn it.
Yes, Eddie, those dulcet tones make my ring piece tickle.
Thank you. You could have just gone ahead and said it.
Well, yes, but everybody usually expects the obligatory anal remark from me, so I figure we'll go ahead and put a warning on it.
Oh. Why? You never have before?
Yeah, I know, but that way people can brace for it.
Once again, since when have you given a damn?
I don't, but I have heard that at the Beyond Ringside front offices, we've received a lot of complaints about people uncontrollably vomiting when they think about it, and or choking on whatever sandwich or food-like object they may be eating. At least that's what the front office sent me. They sent down the letter to me.
I think I missed that.
They sent a Pony Express.
I think I missed the memo. Gee, what a surprise! No, seriously, like I said, my voice is pretty much gone, and I'm praying to get it back by tomorrow because I've got to be back with the Birmingham Barons on Monday and Tuesday night. I'm thinking,
Hey, how come you're not working the I saw the advertisement for the free Veterans Day or free Soldier Day thing there on Sundays there at the thing there.
At Regions Park for the Birmingham Barons?
Yeah, that too.
Actually, the Sunday games are, the PA work there is done by Derek Scudder. A lot of people in our home market of Central Alabama know Derek from his work on Fox Traffic.
No, but I'll take your word on it. Anyway, enough shamelessly plugging your business. Let's go.
You know, I'm glad that Sam Shaw got that redemption, so to speak.
Ooh, you know what? You mean Micah Thaler?
Yeah, pretty much.
Micah Thaler? You know what? Okay. Okay, Eddie, I'm gonna take over this for a second, all right?
Okay.
All right, turn up the volume.
Go with it.
All of you independent wrestlers who want to get a quote-unquote contract with TNA through the gut check, there's two things you need to do, and this has worked every time. If you don't believe me, go back and look at all the tapes, and you'll see what I'm saying, and you'll see the exception when I say it. First thing you have to do, you have to lose your match, okay? Get ready to do that. You're going to get jobbed out, kid, you know. Second, you have to kiss ass during the quote-unquote kick-out segment when Jeremy Borash looks like a little cartoon owl, sits there and goes, all right, kid, you got one more chance. This is your kick-out. See if you can save your job. If you kiss Taz's ass, well, I guess, back then it was Ric Flair, during the quote-unquote kick-out, then you're going to get the yes, and you're going to get your contract. The only person who didn't do that was Joey Ryan.
Mr. 87%.
Yes, and look where he's at.
They're going to...
yes, we know he's probably signed because it's all part of the storyline anyway. But, don't want to blow that secret, but think about it. Everyone, from Micah Thaler to cheap hair job McBang's freaking ugly Taylor Hendricks to the first kid that kissed Ric Flair's ass.
Alex Silva.
Name? Yeah, he's still around. Who else? Who else have they signed, Eddie?
That's it.
They've only done 4?
Yeah.
I thought they've done 5.
No, because remember, they were doing the match one week and the results the next.
Okay. Well, anyway, so far, 3 out of 4.
It was Alex Silva, then Joey Ryan, then Taylor Hendricks, now Sam Shaw.
Okay. Now, like I said, though, think about it. All 4 lost. 3 kissed ass. The 3 ass kissers, look what they got.
Now, here's the fun part. And see, this is where I wish Wicked Nemesis were here right now. Because he could remind everybody of one little bitty thing. The part that really irked me about the Sam Shaw gimmick.
He didn't wipe his feet when he got in the ring.
No. What was he wearing?
Dude, why do you think we call him
Micah Thaler? Yeah.
He wears board shorts that look like Micah Taylor's.
Yeah.
He's got the sleeve on one side, the tribal on the other. All he needs is that bad street dye job that apparently he gets a family discount on. All he needed was that, and he could have been. He was Micah Thaler.
Yeah, I can definitely see where everybody went with that one, but I'm not a big fan of, especially if you're making your debut on television. If you've been there for a while and want to change your look, that's one thing, but to come in like that with no backstory whatsoever to support it, I mean, it'd be different if you were Carrie Hart making the move into pro wrestling. At least then we would expect something like that. I mean, Pink's husband. Go back and watch the X Games.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now. The one that she got together, broke up, got together, broke up, got together, knocked up. Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah. No, but I mean, if you're somebody like that who's coming in from another sport, say skateboarding or motocross or BMX, and you have that already in your playbook as a nationally known figure, that's one thing. I mean, think, they even put Lawrence Taylor in a Mock Giants jersey when he came in with WWE. Granted.
Or MaBo when he was with, when he came in.
The Bears jersey.
No,
Yes.
not Mongo. Because Mongo didn't wear the Bears. Kevin, what's his face?
Kevin Green.
Yes, Carolina Panthers.
Right. And, well, no, they did bring in Mongo in the Bear. He wore a Bears jersey more than once.
Well, I know he had the Bears jacket.
And he wore a jersey once or twice, too.
Did he? Shoot, dude. You know how far back that was?
Yes, I do.
Only two things I remember about old Mongo, other than the little dog Pepper, was the fact that he had the face of Edward James almost. And if Steven Seagal could have seen Mongo, then he would have known what he was going to look like, today.
No, just like I said, I don't know how they're going to be playing everybody who was in the gut check segments, because I do try to keep up with everything going on with TNA, but sometimes it's not easy. And especially with my schedule, of course, that's about to change. That's a clue. That's a hint. Learn to love it. Sorry, one of my bosses. Sorry, and I know she listens. But the fact of the matter is, they've got talent there that they're not using anyway. Why add more fuel to the fire?
That's like saying, when's other than I think twice since the Bound for Glory series happened, we've seen the Pope. Before that, no Pope.
Movie. And
trust me, it was not like he was the co-star of freaking Batman. I don't think he was required to be on set every freaking day. Okay.
Yeah, you did a good Bill Cosby there.
No, that wasn't even trying to be Bill Cosby. I'm just saying. Pope even sat there and said when they stopped having him on that that he hadn't been on TV. So W.T. Ethelstein. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's a lot of people. They've you noticed pretty much, and I kind of noticed this. I think I just told somebody randomly was, it's everybody who was doing the X Division tournament, leading up to Destination X, that changed their name, for TNA television purposes, but also went and changed their names on Twitter. Somehow ended up with contracts. But one person who didn't change his name, Jigsaw Rubix, did not get a contract. Think about it.
Yeah.
And why Dakota Darso's still on TV?
I'm just, like I say, I'm at the point where there are so many questions left to be asked that nobody's asking. There's so many questions left to be answered that we don't even know the questions for. And I think I should trademark that phrase. I don't know why. But for me, it's...
well, not to interrupt you, but did you notice that... And is it a requirement at least once a month that we get the come into my office, I'm going to eliminate 2 people, and then I'm going to take the other 2 people and eliminate one of them at gorilla position, and then send the other one down to have a match? Don't we get that at least once a month with TNA? Because I remember Sting was doing it, then Hogan was doing it, and then the little youngster Hogan was doing it, and then
it's
Aries
been so nice without
week.
her on TV.
Huh?
It was so nice without seeing her this week.
Oh God.
The man beast.
She must be going to get that penile removal surgery.
Yeah, there you
go. Seriously though, have you had a chance to watch the Impact?
I watched most of it.
Did you see the Aries, the little Aries segments where he was, pulling out people for?
Yeah, that was actually next on my agenda.
That was my favorite part. Was like when he was. Sorry, I still got a little bit of the coughs. Hold on. That was my favorite part when he was sitting in there, and they had already eliminated Rashad Cameron, and he had the checklist, and he looked at Sanjay and was like, Himalayan American. Looked at Kenny King and went, African American, and they looked at Dakota Darso and went, wasn't your dad Russian?
Yeah.
And he was like,
no, he was just a sympathizer.
He was always a sympathizer. And then when he got eliminated, he said something about, hope your dad's repo business is doing okay. Oh my God! For those who, I'm not going to sit there and go through the history of Barry Darso, but for those of you who got those jokes, good on you. If they could have just thrown in a demolition
I was
reference,
waiting.
Oh my God! If they could have just thrown it, or a Blacktop Bully reference.
I was waiting.
But I mean, a lot of people know Barry Darsow as Smash Repo Man or even Blacktop Bully with the infamous match on a flatbed with Dustin Rhodes. But very few people remember him as Crusher Khrushchev. I do, and I know, Eddie, you're old enough to, and that's not a slight on you. That's just being honest, because you're old enough to remember when he started out with Ivan and Nikita as well. So.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
So I just thought that part was hilarious.
I did too, and
Austin Aries, like I said, he made it with the funny, and I thought it was good.
But therein lies the question, and you set me up perfectly for this one. If you are the acting general manager of the show, why are you going to delegate that authority to your world champion who used to be the X Division champion anyway? Why aren't you as general manager stepping up? Because you really don't have that damn much going on this week.
It's because, if you remember what Sting said, he was like, you were in that spot. You were in that position. You know what it was like. So.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I appreciate that. But doesn't that just tear down the world championship one notch?
No, not in my opinion. I mean, it didn't tear down anything. I mean, it was just it gave something different for Austin Aries to do, other than to him and Hall about Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode coming out there and being monosyllabic and grunting and yelling and everything. So, but I will say this: TNA security, you're not doing a very good job, because there's not a lot of large men running around in plaid in Orlando this time of year. So, even if they had the masks and the hats off, if you see somebody who's built like a freaking monster and they're got plaid and blue jeans on, keep your eye on them. They might have a mask in their back pocket. Just saying. God, who do they have freaking running security? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And they wear the same clothes every week.
Yeah.
They wear the same plaid every week, almost.
Yeah.
So, come on.
See, and therein lies a question. I could understand. See, when I first saw the gimmick about aces and eights, before I got the name, the first thing popped in my head was, since Joey Ryan has been making appearances, so to speak, on Impact, what is to stop from tapping into that background he had with PWG?
You mean with gay Leathermen?
No, because they're utilizing guerrilla-style tactics. Attack from behind, ambush, 5-on-1. I mean, to me, that would have made a great tie-in.
Yeah, they would want to keep. You got to keep that kind of stuff separate. This is like an attack on the main roster, and then that's a gut check thing. So.
Well, I mean, they did attack Sam Shaw during the first gut check. That's why he came back the following week, and they crunched it into 1 week.
Yeah, but I mean, that's more disrupting the show overall. That's not, Joey Ryan. You don't see Joey Ryan popping up in a freaking, I don't know, Pope versus Bully Ray match or anything. So, no. I mean, I've read the list of who has been doing it.
Right.
Who they're looking to maybe fill those spots, and who may be the quote-unquote leader of the group.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then who they're wanting as the leader is going to be one strong personality, and the rest of the guys, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, with the exception of one, who I know who he is, I've seen his picture, I've never seen him wrestle, though, so I don't know how he's built, but I know the rest of the guys, from who I've seen, monsters.
Tell you
Pure
what,
monsters. Of course, they do have the little blonde guy. If you've noticed that, most of the aces and eights guys are monsters. And then they got the one kind of smaller guy with the Jerry Lynn style hair.
yeah.
So, I mean, that would actually kind of make sense, too. But, like I said, I've seen who's been there, who they brought in, and who they're wanting to. So, I mean, it would be kind of like when CM Punk had Straight Edge Society.
Right.
Where they had one solid leader, and then everybody else was literally just background meat, so to speak. So, if they pull off how if they bring in who, I mean, but once again they bring in, that's all new talent. I mean, it's talent we know, but it's new talent to TNA. So
yeah,
like I said, it's once you go, it's like we talked about, it's overkill. I mean, you got people that you're not using. So
yeah.
But I want you to know that something. We're going to segue here. You ready? We're going to Paul Blart. Did we get Wicked Nemesis back?
No, actually, I was about to go in that direction. You want to wait, or you want to go ahead and go?
Well, I mean, what's this background noise I hear?
Well, tell you what, I'll go ahead and set it up then. Special surprise phone call. Longtime friend, family member, and alumni, Andy Hudson, the Horseman's Advocate. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Fast?
Another beautiful day in paradise. That's all I can say. After last night, it's been a hellacious weekend coming out of Sport 5X last night at Boutwell Auditorium. I'm blowed up, I'm gassed, and I'm exhausted.
Cool.
Now, we were talking about different situations from Raw 1000 as well as Impact and some of the other stuff that's been going on. And hang tight. Tell you what, do me a favor. Let me go ahead and take the bottom of the hour break. We'll be back in about 5 right here on Beyond Ringside. Stay tuned.
Chris, you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
There's your comic book collection, the race car bed.
I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I'm taking control over my financial life, and that feels pretty grown-up to me.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org. Are those footy pajamas?
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It is with sound mind and body that I, James Fredericks III, after fighting with all direct family members for decades, leave my entire fortune of $32 million to the one friend I had in the end, the package delivery guy, Matt Songer.
Woohoo! Yeah! I had a feeling about this. I'm rich! Oh, this cannot be happening.
Actually, it's not happening.
What?
And it never will.
I don't get it.
There aren't even people here. That's just one of those murmuring sound effects.
Seriously?
Listen, if you want to have money in your future, don't rely on luck. Put $10 away each month. Cook once in a while instead of eating out.
Okay.
Pay down your high-interest credit card.
Right.
Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow.
So, no inheritance?
No. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas.
Feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
And just to be clear, no inheritance, right?
8. I deliver your Sunday paper every week.
7. We work on the same floor.
1 in 8 Americans is struggling with hunger.
6. Our kids walk to school together every day,
including millions of children and seniors.
5. We chat in the elevator at work sometimes.
4. I'm your cashier at the grocery store.
Who's the 1 in 8 in your life that needs help? You can make a difference through Feeding America at feedingamerica.org/1 in 8. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Most days go by without a whole lot of surprises. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life, as you know it, has completely turned on its head? Would you be prepared? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Ozzy Osbourne. For many years, you know I've had a drink problem and I'm trying to battle that problem every single day. But one thing I don't do, I don't drive my car when I'm drinking. I get someone to drive me. Do not drink and drive. It's the stupidest thing. If you drink, just don't drive. Not only are you going to hurt yourself, you may hurt some other person, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you?
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
The biggest bands in rock, the wildest stage shows on earth. The biggest live event of the summer. Kiss and Motley Crue. The Tour 2012. It doesn't get any better than this. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. 2 iconic bands, 1 historic tour. Kiss, Motley Crue. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserve seats are on sale now. Buy tickets at livenation.com or charge by phone at 800-745-3000. Kiss and Motley Crue. Buy tickets at livenation.com.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I want to report a bear sighting.
Location?
My front door.
Oh, really? And did the bear knock or use the doorbell?
He used the doorbell. It was Smokey Bear.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, my husband was burning leaves in the yard. He just came inside for a second.
Not a good idea.
Smokey said the same thing. He said to never leave a fire unattended because it could lead to a wildfire.
Yeah, but if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Smokey said that too.
We go way back. I knew him when he was just a cub.
Oh, how cute.
Rangers are many things, ma'am, but cute isn't one of them. Have a nice day. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, NFL quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, here with Bugs Bunny to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body and your mind.
So what do you like to throw around the football like Drew?
Skateboard, ride a bike, or dance in your room.
Just move it your way.
And be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc. Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
At letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
This is Angel, half of the Double Trouble Morning Team on Distant Thunder Radio, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I know more about cooking dinner for a party of 12 than about packing a lunch for a 12-year-old. I know kids like things like fish sticks. Fillets, I get, but sticks? Maybe we can just compromise on mac and cheese. Can you make that with Brie?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit adoptuskids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Behrens, and you're watching, you're listening, you're experiencing Beyond Ringside, and you are a better person for it. Trust me.
Foreclosure is hard on every member of the family, but your family is not alone. If you're struggling with your mortgage, there is help. To learn about the government's Making Home Affordable program, visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE to speak to a HUD-approved housing counselor. It's free of charge. Visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE today. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, NeighborWorks America, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joe Elliott from Def Leppard for RAD. Planning on going out and having a party? Great, have a lot of fun. But do me a big favour and don't blow it. Always choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives. You should too.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hello, this is Robin Zanner.
Hello, this is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick for RAD.
Some people think it's fun to drive drunk, but that's unacceptable.
Be smart. If you drink,
don't drive.
Think ahead and choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives, and so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans from around the world, I'm Lightning Mike Quackenbush, the master of 1,000 holds, and you're locked in for Beyond Ringside.
Citizens of America, this is a message from feedthepig.org. Americans spent more money than they earned in 2005. This is the first negative savings rate in the U.S. since the Great Depression. America, we must start feeding the pig. On the 1st and the 15th, we must pay ourselves before we pay anyone or anything. We must make a budget. Even consider cutting up a credit card. Log on to feedthepig.org today. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Beyond Ringside, Sunday Night Live, 23 before the top of the hour. Fast Eddie Layne behind the control panel. Mark, MaBo, Bowman, come on back in.
I'm really fighting the urge to say stuff right now.
I know the demons
I'm
are
just saying, I'm just going to say, and Eddie, you can censor me, you can get on to me, you can fine me, suspend me, write me up, send more notes from the freaking front office, I don't care. But you know what? Your company's got your own damn show to do that business with. Don't be interrupting my show.
Horseman's Advocate, Andy Hudson. How you been doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, guys. Real quick, my personal vote for moment of the night on Raw 1000, Mae Young's son, the Hand son, absolutely priceless. Totally priceless.
I think Hand should be the new general manager of SmackDown.
Where in the... All I can figure is they're going to play it off as AJ came into a ton of money or something.
No, Vince was just like, hey, go be, general manager or something. I don't think there's going to be any kind of motive behind it. Or,
but if you notice, well, I understand that, but if you watch if you got to see the whole show before the wedding ever took place, Daniel Bryan was in the back.
Yeah, he was talking to some
3 or 4 guys in Psycho war jackets and whatever.
Yeah, I think they did that. I mean, whether they fill out that storyline or not, I don't know. But I mean, I think maybe they did that as a swerve because, to throw off her being tapped as the general manager. Everybody was like, oh, the wedding's going to get interrupted, or they're going to get married, and then as soon as they're officially married, he's going to have her committed as, since he's technically her husband, he could now legally have her, institutionalized. You know, I think whether they follow up on that, I don't know. But I think, to me, that was just a ploy to throw everybody off of Vince coming out there and telling, granting AJ general manager membership or whatever.
The general managership.
General managerial duties.
There you go.
One of those.
Now, I like the fact of AJ being named general manager on Raw 1000 for one simple reason. It throws off all the smart-ass inner marks.
That's true. I mean, and it's something new. I would have liked to have seen Regal come back, but maybe they'll put Regal on SmackDown. But I honestly can say I don't think anybody I knew saw that coming.
I didn't, and I loved it.
I didn't either. In all honesty, I was kind of still hoping if he was willing to do the traveling again, which I doubt he would, I would have liked to have honestly gone old school and seen Vince introduce Jim Ross as the new GM.
Everybody talks about people who were missing from Raw 1000. And I'm not going to go into the Stone Cold bit because I've read so many different reports, including on his official website. I will just simply say he was missed.
Oh, absolutely. Not only was he missed, I think Edge was missed as well.
Yes.
And Paul Bearer.
Well, Paul Bearer couldn't be there from what I saw due to health and travel issues.
Right.
Yeah, and the closest thing, now this is just my personal belief, as far as Austin goes, I just think it was basically he was already contractually obligated for something else, whether it was his TV show, a movie, whatever have you.
What was said was that he couldn't get out of filming Grown Ups 2. But later on, and Eddie, you said you saw it on his official website.
Correct.
I heard it was because he had knee surgery or something.
Operation on his leg.
Yeah, and he didn't want to come down there on crutches and not be able to give full Stone Cold.
Right. And
I can't remember. There was somebody, I think it actually might have been JBL, that mentioned on his blog about Austin. Now that you mention it, MaBo, that some wrestler did mention that Austin had just had knee surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was understandable. Yeah. The thing was, it wasn't like, Edge and Stone Cold were, omitted. They had them in the, little segments and everything, so it wasn't like they're on bad terms. Now, why Edge wasn't there, I don't know. But, things happen.
Yeah.
I
kind of found it a little interesting that when Undertaker came down to help Kane, that he seemed to be having a problem getting the hood off of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of chuckling at that, and I was wondering how bad the guys outside the ring were sitting there kind of covering their mouths up like, oh.
Probably none of them, because none of them were probably none of them probably even cracked a smile, because they were probably scared that if they did, it was going to hurt even more.
It was really going to hurt.
Yeah. But,
well, I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's what happens when you shave your head and it's not slick shaved and you're sweaty. It's going to get caught on the the stubble and everything. So.
I will say though, guys, real quick, and I apologize for this. I am going to have to run here in a minute.
Okay.
Actually, my favorite moment of Raw 1000 was the beginning with DX, because they did everything I hoped they would do. They did not let X-Pac get a hold of a mic, and they pulled everything off really without a hitch. Everything went pretty well except for Shawn's super kick. It looked like it missed him by a foot.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I done forgot the guy's name that got the DX treatment. But one thing can be said, at least for one night, young man, you got made. Period.
First of all, you uneducated, ignoramus buffoon. That is the one Damien Sandow.
Thank you. Like I said, man, I haven't been watching much of nothing lately, and you know why.
Now, the most intellectual man in the sport of pro wrestling and sports entertainment today, the man with a vocabulary larger than Liam Neeson's penis.
Okay.
I'll take your word for that one.
You know, even better than having him out there with DX, if you wanted to do a real blast from the past, let Damien come out there and then let the genius Lanny Poffo come out.
That would be sweet.
Would have been great.
Yeah, but did Poffo have anything? Was he around during Raw?
Not much.
No, he was gone. I don't even know if he made the first full year of Raw. To be honest, he might not even been at Raw.
I don't think he was, because he was managing Perfect, and all the clips I saw of Perfect, he didn't have. He was more with Flair than anything, and then at one point he was with the Beverly Brothers, and I don't recall seeing the Beverly Brothers on Raw.
Yeah, I think he may have been right before the beginning of Raw, because he was really around when Saturday night's main event was really
right.
You know, kind of Vince's bread and butter at the time.
Right.
But I also want to say on a final note, guys, that I did find even more respect for Bret Hart for mentioning Mr. Perfect. I thought that was a class act all the way around.
I'm still pissed that they didn't let Bret, and they still have yet to mention Owen Hart. And I know there's legal issues and all that crap, but still, I mean, you could tell Bret wanted to say something about Owen. I mean, yeah. Owen was an integral part of Raw.
Yes.
Oh Lord,
you know,
yes.
Everything from the Hart Foundation part to when he was with the Nation and the breaking of Stone Cold's neck, and even when he was the Blackheart, when it was like a week or two after the Montreal Screwjob, when he had that brief run as a face where he came down and got, I think he attacked Vince. He attacked somebody. I remember that because he had a sleeveless.
He had the short feud with Triple H, if I remember right.
Yeah, when he was going by the Blackheart, and he wore the it was a black singlet, but it was like orange and blue piping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I mean, and you could tell Bret wanted to say something, but.
Well, all around, and another good part I liked was Vince at the beginning didn't try to pull off the Mr. McMahon character. You know, he seemed like, he was generally appreciative of, what the show meant and what the fans meant to the company. It kind of showed the side that everybody, that at least people like us that are in the, I guess you could say, in the know, that to me, Vince just seemed very proud of what he had accomplished, and he should be. He really should be.
And I will echo the sentiment of the audience for one short second, because all in all, there have been moments that we've genuinely enjoyed from the first 1,000 episodes of Raw. There have been moments that have made us just sit back and go, what the hell were they thinking?
Katie Vick, hello?
Now, yeah. God, you had to say it, didn't you? Which, actually, that reminds me, before I go any further, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you, Vince. Thank you to the McMahon family, and thank you to WWE.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I got to run. I'll leave it with y'all, and I'll holler back at y'all first chance I get, man.
Take care, Andy.
All right, y'all too.
All right. The Horseman's Advocate, Andy Hudson, Beyond Ringside alumni, right here on this Sunday night edition, 12 minutes before the top of the hour. And I took a quick look at the chat room, and Daryl asked a very unique question. And this is something that's really been thinking that I had to think about for a minute. With all due respect to the situation, do you think that Mark Henry has actually been paying child support all these years?
No, I mean, you'd have to get a DNA. You'd have to get a DNA, or a test or blood test or something to prove that was his. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that head looked way too Caucasian to be Mark Henry's.
Dominant gene.
No.
Who said the world's strongest man has the dominant gene factor?
Because he's the world's strongest man. It's in his name. Did you not get the memo?
And from that vantage point, let's go ahead and say, what's to sit back and say that the hand was genuinely Caucasian? It could have been albino.
No. I think Mae Young had an affair on Mark Henry, and that's just sad.
So you think Mae cheated on Mark?
I don't know, but if you notice, one side of the hand was kind of droopy, so it might have been Jim Ross's.
Oh, that was so bad. Oh my God, you said that.
Yes, I did.
That makes up for earlier. And I'm not worried about the memo either. But from that vantage point, it's just...
Well, I want to get back to TNA because we were on TNA before we were so rudely interrupted.
Now, let it go. Let's go to TNA. Pick it up.
I don't like jumping back and forth. It pisses me off.
Go to TNA.
Anyway, did you notice, I mean, have you read who's gone?
No, I have not. I've stayed away from the dirt sheets this week.
Well, let's put it this way, the pigeons were let loose one final time.
Oh,
and
rats.
They're flown free.
I wonder how much it would cost to get her down here.
And by here you mean your wiener?
No, I know how much that would cost.
Yeah, but anyway,
an airplane.
Did you know, huh?
An airplane, and I don't mean a ticket.
Well, did you notice that Mickie James and Tara were back on TV? I mean, Tara's been, she's been on TV, a decent amount, only because they've had her with Tessmacher, but did you notice that Mickie James was back on TV? I wonder why. Maybe because the quote-unquote number 2 babyface of the Knockouts division was let go. I mean, if you're going to say Tessmacher's the number 1 babyface. Yeah. And, I mean, don't you just find that kind of funny that she's gone now, and now they're bringing back Mickie?
I'm just waiting on them to bring back Jackie Moore.
No, that's not going to happen. But, I mean, even next week, they even said next week that because of the tag team, the 4 ladies who were in the tag team are now going to compete in a fatal 4-way next week. So, methinks, since Velvel Holler is no longer with the company, they're going to be featuring Mickie more prominently.
Why? What happened? What do you know of that happened that caused the release?
I've heard that, like TNA is going through and renegotiating contracts. It's something to do with contracts, and Velvet was like, no, and so she was just like deuces, and it was all speculation throughout the week, but because in TNA they've done this before and it's so stupid. They never wait. Somebody went and pulled her profile down from the website, and of course the dirt sheets jumped on it. And as soon as the dirt sheets jumped on it, instead of just playing it off or whatever, they immediately throw it back, either playing it off or coming out about it. They just immediately threw it back up there, pretending nothing happened. And then slowly all references started, they removed all references about her from Impact, or from the website. And so you know how the TNA or Impact Town or whatever they're called, they can appear for other companies or other promotions. They just can't show up on like pay-per-views, TV, and I think maybe even DVD. Well, it came out that Velvet somebody's got an iPay-per-view coming up, and Velvet was booked to be on the iPay-per-view. So
nice.
Yeah, and plus she's got the Beautiful People reunion coming up with Angelina Love.
That would be nice.
So, but yeah, I mean, there was, before, Thursday, there was talk that she was gone, and then when Mickie basically showed up, because, I mean, you gotta admit, they have not, used Mickie James that much, and even, I mean, TNA even somehow went so far as to put Velvet in a country music video, and that's not even her style, but nope. She was in the country music video, and you could kind of tell that when they were doing the whole Knockouts thing, how, I don't know if they were getting ready to turn Mickie heel or what, because, she didn't get the number 1 contender spot or the music video, and she had the sad look on her face. So I don't know where they were going to go with that, but yeah, she's gone. And the rumor has it that 2 more people's contracts are coming up by the end of the summer. And these guys are talking about maybe wanting to go back to WWE. I think for one of them, actually for both of them, I really wouldn't. They both, I mean, they might not be making as much money as they were in WWE, but I think that their career longevity, now if they're looking to end their career, then yeah, go back to WWE. But their career longevity would probably prosper better in TNA, or continue to prosper, because
if they go back to WWE, it's probably going to be a 1 or 2 shot, deal. Angle here, angle there, and then unfortunately, I think they would probably get shuffled, to the backside, considering the state of the tag team division. So
yeah, I'm just what tag team division?
Huh?
What tag team division?
Well, it's still kind of, I swear it's still alive because I see the Usos every now and then on NXT. They're finally, after months and months of crying, whining, and moaning from Primo, Epico, and Rosa, they show up. The primetime players, which they get on my nerves. So, I can't stand Titus O'Neil. He makes about as much sense as the Ultimate Warrior does when he cuts a promo. Personally, I think it should have been Darren Young and Percy Watson. But, they've got potential. They've got potential. But, unfortunately, in my opinion, WWE chooses not to exploit the potential of the tag teams. Does R-Truth and Kofi still have the belts?
I think they do.
I know R-Truth's been out with a broken foot, but come on. You got the wonderful Spartan Penny tag titles, yet you don't put them on TV. So
yeah, actually, I have grown to like the WWE tag team title belts. I've actually considered buying one of the replicas,
and I would have to hit you over the head with it.
Yeah, I think it would look pretty good right next to the ECW World Championship I have in here, or possibly even the WCW World Tag Title, the Eagle edition of it, which is hard to find.
My point is, though, I don't know. I've lost my point.
You lost your point. And the thing about it is, I have to ask, what the hell happened up to the tag team titles in Impact?
Magnus and Joe lost them. Remember, they lost them because there's the Kazarian Daniels, AJ. Oh, I know what my point was. Going back to the WWE tag titles, it's getting to the point where you've got all the you've got these 3 or 4 tag teams, you're not using them. So I got a feeling at this point, and I really hope it doesn't happen, but I just have this odd feeling that they're going to, once again, CM Punk and John Cena, they're going to throw 2 main event guys. Well, Punk still got the title, but they might do it anyway. I just got a feeling that it's going to be 2, upper to main eventers who don't have anything to do. They're going to slap them together and have them hold the tag belts for a minute. Just got a feeling. But even with Daniels and Kazarian are involved in the whole AJ thing, and I got a feeling that storyline is going to play out. It's still going to be Daniels' kid. I'm still going with that. But there was a plot and a ploy, and they roofied AJ like Triple H roofied Stephanie that time.
And go through the drive-through marriage?
No. That to make it seem like AJ knocked her up instead of Daniels.
Ah. See, I've got one question. And tell you what, we're going to take it 15 more and run. If that. Is the WWE Tag Team Championship the kiss of death for your career in WWE?
You mean if you're a tag team or if you're 2 singles thrown together?
Either.
I'm going to say no. Not for established tag teams, no. Because we see how they treat their tag teams, so it don't matter. As far as for 2 singles thrown together, they're placeholders until they figure out what they want to do with you. It shows that they still have some plans or confidence for you, because they're actually giving you a title and still keeping your face prominent, and you're not losing, Jack Swagger. So they're doing something with you. They just don't want to know what. And as far as R-Truth and when who they've paired with. If you think about it, Kofi's been paired with so many people and won the tag titles. Him and CM Punk won the tag titles at one point. Of course, did Airborne ever win the tag titles?
Yeah.
Yeah, Airborne. And actually, Kofi and Evan they complimented each other very well with high flying style. And at the same time, you've got the good-natured Kofi, and he's I think R-Truth compliments him because he's bat crap crazy and he's got little Jimmy.
Yeah, but wouldn't that make them 6-man tag team champions?
Well, like I said, I think somebody mentioned it on the show, or I read it somewhere, that they should maybe institute the Freebird rule and let little Jimmy defend the tag titles.
You know, he'd be the hardest person to catch in the match.
Well, he's so quick. Have you seen him?
I can't see him. He's so quick.
I mean, he's just ridiculously quick and deceptively agile.
Yes, he's quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and if you've ever had the hiccups, that's pretty daggone quick there, Jim Ross, slobberface. I hate you, Jim Ross.
I don't.
You know what? I don't even want to play WWE 13 because you're going to be freaking calling commentary during my matches. I don't even want you to be on there. Just go away.
Maybe they can bring back Ken Resnick to do play-by-play.
No, but did you see Sean Mooney?
Yep.
It didn't even look like Sean Mooney.
Yeah, it did.
No, dude, like this guy looked horrible. I wish if they would have only had Mike Adamle.
See, I get criticized for bringing up Mike Adamle, and you don't?
Well, it's because I have mental issues, and people understand when I say ridiculous things. Oh, what was I watching this week? Oh, the groundbreaking, milestone-setting 26th episode of Santino's Foreign Exchange. Kurt Hawkins was on there.
Okay.
And big ups to Kurt Hawkins for wearing a Sami Callihan T-shirt. I mean, granted, it wasn't on WWE TV or whatever. It's just going to be on their YouTube channel. But still, if you go and look, Kurt Hawkins has on a Sami Callihan T-shirt. CZW roster Sami Callihan. And, not to jump around, but I know we're running short for time. I haven't checked the results. I got to check the results. If they're saying if Johnny Gargano drops the Dragon Gate title to Akira Tozawa today, he's pretty much on his way to WWE.
Nice.
Yep. Oh, Eddie, and another thing. Have you heard the joke about the dull needle?
Nope.
It's pointless.
There you go. Actually, one thing I do want to touch on before we get out of here. And
Brooke Hogan?
Nope. Even I'm not that bored, and I'm still not out of beer. I just stopped drinking it. I was making the reference last week to American Ninja Warrior having their finals going head-to-head with Monday Night Raw. And go figure, they're both on NBC Universal Networks. I really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the entire season of American Ninja Warrior. And I'm hoping that the original will come back.
It will. They do 2 seasons. They do a summer season and a winter season. And I think we'll probably get the summer. The summer season usually drops September or October. So,
well, for me, and to Brent, who was the only one to make it through stage 2 and made it almost halfway through 3. I mean, for him to make it all the way through 2, and he was the only one to do it. Because remember, that obstacle course is not for everyone. I took one look at the original audition course and went, I could not make it through that, even if I lost 60 pounds.
Yeah, those courses are not built for quadriplegics.
Nope, or even ediplegics.
But look, I can't take anything serious that does not have, like, Mr. Octopus or the Butterfly Man. No.
Where the hell are you getting those references from?
From the first one, from the original.
Oh, okay. I thought
Mr. Octopus. You know Mr. Octopus.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay.
Dude looks like an alien. He really does. It creeps me out. And you and I talked about this. I think we talked about this elsewhere about how, and I hate to say this, but how Ring of Honor is just really becoming blasé.
Yeah, we talked about that off air, and I don't know what it is.
I mean, I honestly don't know either. It's just
they've got great action. They don't work that much on storylines to a great degree, and it does seem
Maria's ass.
Say what?
And they've got Maria's ass.
She doesn't have that much of one to begin with, dude. I'm sorry.
Look, just because you like them freaking thicker than a Snickers, mom jean wearing type butts. I like a small one. I can wear it as a hat. But I mean, the thing that really did grab my attention was Wicked mentioned it last week, and I hadn't had a chance to watch Ring of Honor before the show last week. And then I watched it, and I was like, ah! And then I watched it this week. Eddie Kingston. Whoo! Eddie Kingston, the King of Diamonds, the War King himself, the Chikara Grand Champion. And big props to Ring of Honor for, not just saying, oh, he's also, another company's top champion. They went into detail. They talked about Chikara, and they even showed clips from a show or two late last year. And if anybody knows the history of Eddie Kingston, about how, he was kicked out of Ring of Honor for basically, they said this on the TV show, basically what Kevin Steen's doing now. And then they had like a little confrontation last year, and Kevin Steen ran down Chikara. Kingston didn't like it. They had a match in Chikara. Kingston nut punched him. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin Steen nut punched Kingston. But, they're setting up for the next Ring of Honor show to have a match. But, it's going to be nasty. But I've always liked Eddie Kingston. He's definitely, he's like Kingston, or he's like Kevin Steen. He's not in shape. I mean, I'm not going to say he's not in shape. He doesn't have, a flawless physique. But Kevin Steen's proven, and, Mick Foley's proven, that you don't have to be, ripped like Chris Masters or whatever to be able to wrestle. And, Eddie Kingston is definitely, he's one of those, he's like a Stan Hansen. He is a hard-nosed brawler. And, I mean, that kind of has taken my attention, on Ring of Honor. That's really, I'm just like, oh, interesting.
Let's go and take it last call. MaBo?
I had a last call. Hey, what, are we not doing the thing that you said you were going to do?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crap, I had a last call. What you do your last call first.
Okay.
So I can remember mine.
Last call. For those who heard the opening of the show, or earlier in the show, you heard me make the reference to Sport Fight X last night. There were events all through our home market of Central Alabama. Two in particular that pop into my head. Sport Fight X, Mixed Martial Arts Show. And I want to give a very special thank you to Evan Ramsden. And of course, huge props as always to the round mound of ground and pound, Curtis the Bulldog Putman. My partners in chaos last night on the show, on the broadcast side. I had a phenomenal time last night. Curtis was originally scheduled to try to join us at the 7 o'clock hour, and I'm just going to shoot straight. I'm feeling like mortal hell. So I'm going to go take another long, cold shower and try to see if I can get a little bit of my voice back. We are setting it up for Curtis to come join us next Sunday night here on BR. Probably at the top of the 6, Central, 7 Eastern. And we'll have a chance to recount experiences from Sport Fight X as well as upcoming events. Curtis and Evan are a part of ESPN Radio 97.7 out of the Huntsville, Alabama area. And you can find Curtis on Facebook, Curtis the Bulldog Putman.
Not to be confused with Craig the Bulldog, the Pitbull Pittman.
There you go. And as always, I had a great time working with Curtis, and it was great to meet Evan last night. Also, dude, let me tell you something, and I'm probably going to get crucified for saying it like this. There was a young lady who was the ring girl last night. Her name is Mallory Hip, and I got 2 words for you. Oh, damn. Very beautiful young lady. Had some great conversation with her last night, and, I didn't get slapped in the face, so that's a good thing. But in all sincerity, Mallory, definitely a class act. You can find her over on Facebook as well as Twitter. I'll get those addresses up. And just coming out of last night, and I had some great reports come in from the Global Championship Wrestling show in Pell City. Of course, Wicked and Pandora were there. And I do miss being able to hang with my friends and family, is what I was trying to say, over at GCW. I'll be back with them this coming Saturday night in Palmerdale. And we broke the story last week that Global Championship Wrestling is now going to be in Phoenix City, Alabama, and eventually in Columbus, Georgia. And we are definitely looking forward to those shows. Thursday night events, the first one for them is going to be this coming Thursday, August the 2nd. like I said, Global's going to be back in Palmerdale on August the 4th. So, and you can tell I'm losing my voice. I got to do something real quick because, like I said, I've got the Barons tomorrow and GCW Radio later tonight. But
yeah, either your voice is going or you're about to break down and cry, because that's what it sounds like.
No, the voice is going badly. So I'm going to probably go find me some hot tea.
I could say something, but no, no.
Good idea not to. And I know you too well.
Yeah, you need a throat coat, buddy. Anyway,
you sick bastard. However,
okay, are you still? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm working on it. Bear with me. But like I said, and for those who get sick and tired of bitching about the Ultimate Fighting Championships and them buying out Strikeforce and WEC, and if you're looking for the true alternative, you've got shows running in your hometown. Check them out. If you're tired of bitching about TNA Impact Wrestling and WWE programming, take a look around. You're going to find some great shows. I know the fans in Pell City, I believe there were over 200 there last night, had a chance to check out a really solid show. And the television matches that are going to be airing out of that show are definitely going to be worth checking out. Like I said, quit your bitching. Get out from in front of the TV sometime and go check out this stuff live, because that's the best way to see it. MaBo?
I already do that.
Last call.
Oh, all right. Now, and Eddie, I know you haven't had a chance to see it. I don't even know if you saw me tweet about it, or Facebook, because, Twitter goes through Facebook. The Insane Clown Posse has a new single coming out, for their upcoming album, and they've made a video. And I don't know how to feel about it, because it's not so much. It's not. I don't even know how to describe it. You just have to watch it and judge for yourself. But the song is Eddie, and I'm glad Wicked's not here, because I don't know what he would do. But the song is called Chris Benoit, and I watched the video because they've made a
This can't end well.
Well, I've watched the video, and of course, by watching the video, you hear the song. It literally, it's like a sort of a weird kind of post-apocalyptic world or whatever. I mean, they're in a ring, by the way. It's like a yardie ring, but it's really just, it's more like a description of a descent into madness more than anything. And, but it's still called Chris Benoit. They mention his name, and in the video, you see a picture, they sort of, I don't know the technical term, but like when something lightly appears, over whatever's going on, like almost like a ghostly image or whatever.
Like an aura? Yeah,
they show like his, you see his face a couple times. But it's literally, the what I took from the meaning of the song is just like listening to it, it was like going insane. It was like a descent into madness, but it never makes mention of what he did. At least I don't think it did. And it never, of course, never makes mention of Nancy or the kid. But it was just, I don't know. I mean, I don't think. I mean, why did you have to call it Chris Benoit and put it? I don't know. I mean, I encourage you, everybody, Eddie, you and everybody out there, to at least go look at it and judge for yourself.
Okay.
And maybe take your own meaning from it. And if we'll discuss it next week if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I understand. But like I said, I'm not going to say it was in poor taste, because, like I said, it didn't downplay or upplay any of the events or anything. It was just more of like, hey, I'm going crazy and this stuff happened. But like I said, they never say what. It's just, and there is a kid in the video, but it's at the end, and he's dressed in what's the guy from AC/DC that wears the uniform?
I'm trying to remember. God, any other? I want to say Angus, but I want to say it's Bon Scott. Angus.
No, Yeah, it is Angus. Angus, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He dressed like that. He's got the shorts and he's got the little sport coat, and the patch on his pocket is the Hatchet Man or whatever. And he's got the ICP paint. And like when I first saw the kid, I was like, oh God, no! Please don't let this kid die. Please don't let this kid die. But he doesn't die or anything in the video. And it's like I said it's towards the end, but just I encourage you guys to go out there and watch it and make your own judgments. I don't see why. I mean, if it's for those who know ICP, they do the psychopathic killer kind of rap, the dark rap. And if this was your point of making it sort of like somebody having a bad day and spiraling out of control, that's cool. I don't understand why Chris Benoit had to be put into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did the hook have to be Chris Benoit's name?
Easy. That way they try to sell more records.
Yeah, but I mean, for guys who, and yes, I know they have their own company, and it's actually evolved over the the years and it's been around. Some people don't understand that it's been around for a while.
Right.
And they've got guys now like Colt Cabana, Rob Conway, Nick Dinsmore. They've all been in the company, so they've actually gone from their friends and yardies to legit people.
Right.
And they claim to love wrestling, and they they do. I mean, anybody who's ever seen Stranglemania, they do their own little commentary over it. It's stupid and it's childish and sophomoric, and that's why I liked it. But for guys who claim to have a love and passion for the business, to have their own company, I don't know what their training is, but I mean, you could say they're at least in the pro wrestling business. I don't understand why they would do that, though. Like I said, it doesn't paint it in a negative light or a positive light. It's just, it doesn't seem like it goes together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I know Chris Benoit snapped, went crazy, and killed his family and himself. But you could have had that song and not included, you could have come up with a different hook and gave it a different title. So, that's my last call, and I encourage you guys, go look it up. It's the song is literally called Chris Benoit. Just go look it up and make your own judgment. And if we choose to bring it up next week, I would actually at a point in time like to if we have any callers or anybody in the chat room, I'd like to after they've watched it, I'd like to hear their opinion, or at least post something on the for those of you who are listening to this and aren't available next Sunday, post something on the fan page, Beyond Ringside fan page or personal page or whatever the crap we have, and I would like to know. I would like to know everybody's opinion.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Tell you what, go ahead and run shameless plugs for you and Wick.
Okay, I forgot the Wick stuff. I'm hanging upside down off the bed, and all the blood's rushed to my brain, and it's clogged up. Twitter, MA_BO, Mark Bowman, Facebook. Check out BevNerd at BevNerd on Twitter, BevNerd.com. Sorry. Apparently the blood's filling up my lungs now. BevNerd.com, Eyewitness Store on Facebook, Creative Concepts on Facebook, Bob's Comics here in Birmingham, which I haven't been to in a while. I need to, because it was comics. Probably like 1,000 comics in there. He's going to kill me.
Probably. Probably.
Is that all I usually have?
By the way, Daryl said he thought it was really strange and he didn't get it.
See, exactly. I mean, can Daryl hear us? Daryl, if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up.
He's in the chat room. He's listening right now.
No, I know. I was being facetious.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, Daryl, and I'm talking directly to Daryl. Everybody shut up and go away. Go do something else. Daryl, so you've listened to the song. You've heard it. You obviously get the message that it's like some kind of weird, strange descent into madness, correct?
He said thumbs up, by the way.
Huh?
He said thumbs up, by the way.
Yeah. So you obviously take this as a song about a descent into madness, but why do you need to? Why connect it to Chris Benoit? I know he went crazy, but I agree. What was the point? You could have connected that to Casey Anthony or any other person who
had a bad day, went crazy, and killed somebody. Why didn't they call it Charles Manson? Although he didn't really kill anybody.
So they say.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But yeah, Eddie, I encourage you, especially you who does DJing and karaoke and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know if I don't think you've ever proclaimed your love for ICP. I don't even know your stance on ICP, but just from a musical standpoint, I would like for you to take a look at it and tell me what you think, when you get a chance. Or post your comments on Twitter and or Facebook.
Yeah, Daryl said it could have been titled anything, and he didn't get it. I am not necessarily a fair weather fan of ICP. I'm a fan of older ICP.
Yeah, no, the older stuff was really good.
It really was. And I don't like the move that they've made. Now, if I remember, was it ECW or WCW that they were on for a little while?
Oh, WCW, I think they showed up in ECW, the old ECW, and they booed them the crap out of the building.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, ironically enough, though, a lot of the old ECW alumni show up on the Juggalo Championship Wrestling shows, which I find it weird. But no, remember, they did a thing they were on WCW for a while because Mike Awesome, God rest his soul, I think it was a border toss before they made it the border toss or the Celtic flying banana peel, threw Shaggy, and he slid off they were on top of a bus. It was the Partridge bus that he used to come out in, and he threw Shaggy, and Shaggy slid, and when he landed, he slid off the bus.
Yeah.
And but luckily I don't think it was to the floor. I think he slid off the bus onto the hood of the bus or whatever by accident. Because I remember Awesome, it was it was the razor's edge basically. He threw him, and he starts to slide. And Mike Awesome, you see Mike Awesome go ah, and try to grab his foot and stop him from falling. Holy crap, that was awesome. No pun intended.
There you go.
I cracked myself up. Eddie, you got plugs that are shameless?
Of course, as always. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, back with the Birmingham Barons at Regions Park, 7:05 first pitch both nights. Also, Wednesday night, of course, see you at Papa Sias. Thursday night, Buffalo Wild Wings Hoover. Friday nights, Buffalo Wild Wings Alabaster. And next Saturday night, Global Championship Wrestling making the return to Palmerdale, Alabama at the Palmerdale Homestead Community Center. At Fast Eddie Layne over on Twitter, Facebook.com/Fast Eddie Layne. And, of course, don't forget at Beyond Ringside. One word, run it all together over on Twitter. Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live, the fan page. Can't take anybody else over the friend page. 5,500 plus. Sorry. I'm serious. I'm sorry. Damn, I sound like Bill Clinton. Yes, I had sexual relations with that woman.
Ooh, Eddie. And I feel so bad being an unofficial member of the Chikarmy. Are you through with your shameless plugs, by the way?
Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt your shameless plugs. I thought when you went into the funny parody thing there, you were through.
Make it fast. Go.
We've got a whole bunch more teams for the King of Trios that have yet to have been announced, or that we've yet to announce.
When is KOT?
The month before they show up here, September 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Let's do a full rundown next week.
Oh, okay.
And let's see if we can get interviews.
I'm tired of trying to get people to come on the show.
Let's take it home. It's been a wild day. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm not back at 100%, but just yesterday and this whole week has just taken its toll, and I'm sorry, folks. We will be back at it next Sunday night, 5:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, 4:30 Mountain. There, I set them all for. Ha ha. However, thank you to Andy and Mother Goose. Thank you to Andy Hudson. Always a pleasure to hear from the Horseman's Advocate, Beyond Ringside alumni.
Oh, we forgot to do Wicked Shameless plugs.
At Wicked Nemesis on Twitter, the Wicked Nemesis.
and then VO and Daily Motion and YouTube.
No, we don't mention VO.
This Wicked Nemesis. It's Enoch, Tatarion, and blah blah blah.
We don't mention VO anymore.
Maybe you don't.
I got a damn Trojan out of the site. To hell with it. I ain't mentioned.
Yeah, well, I got a Magnum from one. What's your point? And it was a delicious ice cream bar.
Yeah, my computer still hadn't recovered.
Well, neither is my stomach because it gave me the bubble gas.
Okay, and on that note, we'll see you next. I'll screw that.
I'll do it. Let me do it. I want to do the outro.
Bye.
I'll do the outro.
Do it.
For the Wicked Nemesis. Thank you all for having me. For Fast Eddie Layne.
Peace.
For Mark MaBo Bowman. Wait, that's me. We would like to say blah blah blah, Chef Boyardee, hasta lasagna, auf Wiedersehen, Flippy Skippy, and tune in next week.
See you next Sunday, 5:30 Central, right here on Beyond Ringside. Daryl, thank you. RZ Epez, thank you for hanging out in the chat room. Folks, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Chef Boyardee.
I don't know, dude. He's like hasta luego and Robert Dolly and Rosh Hashanah and other foreign languages I don't speak.
There you go.
And Jeff Hardy's a great guy.
Easter eggs done. We're out. Bye-bye.